Hi, my fellow Jews, my brothers. I wanted really to talk about the situation now inside of Israel. Um, we are surrounded by fake. We are surrounded by Christians that make themselves emissaries, that make themselves Jews, and they are not. And I wanted to emphasize that Chabad, Lubavitch, is not Jewish. It's not Torah. It's not Judaism. This is all a decoy. This is fake. This is Avoda Zara. This is idolatry, just for people to think that they did tshuva, think they did something good, and in fact they did not. So when I hear about people saying, "Oh, they did a lot of people did tshuva with Chabad," not only they didn't do tshuva, they just took them from one room inside of hell and they put it in another one. So someone that's not following Torah and mitzvot, the Torah, his neshama, part of his soul, is already in Geinam. He's already suffering. So how smart it is from the forces of impurity that they make people believe that they went out from the room and they are now at the air, they're going to connect with Hashem, and in fact, it's not the case at all. They just took them from one room and put them in another room, but they're still in the same building, like the building over there that was trapped in fire, and this building is close to the 770 house of horrors, house of evil, that for the ones who know was an abortion clinic before, and is also where they supposedly where they pray, where they have their so-called holy synagogue. In fact, was the place where a guy in 1937 and 8, Khan, a doctor, was practicing over there abortions. So it was an abortion clinic. So how many babies have been killed over there in this house of evil, the house of the Satan? And understand that evil, the architecture of the 770 house of evil of Satan, this is the same architecture of a church called Abyssinian Baptism Church in Harlem, because the architect did both houses at the same time. So it's the same architecture, the architecture of a church, of a places of Avoda Zara. This is exactly what it is, of idolatry. And understand that not only it's not the third temple, as they call it, but this place is so filthy, it's so disgusting, there's so much evil in it that only evil things can spread out from there. And this is exactly the HQ for the Satan in our generation. Like, and there's another one, maybe we talk about it. So this place was trapped into fire on Friday and burned. And guess what? It's only Chabad. Every week there's something. There's one that's been beaten. One there's been a place that been a few weeks ago. It was another a place for Chabad girls in Yerushalayim that also burned down. So I'm saying there's something really questionable here. How come that if these people are so holy, they're doing so much good, that the place go like this, are engulfed in flames? How is it possible? Because in fact this is not Torah. This is Christianity. This is not Judaism. This is Avoda Zara. So it's exactly what happened during, or pretty much the same scheme that happened during the Egel Hazav, the golden calf. So people are worshipping God, but they're also worshipping an entity in the middle. Whatever they call it, a tzaddik, whatever they call it, a rebbe, whatever they call it, an admur, or an arur, it's the same thing. These three things, all this movement of the chassidut, from the Baal Shem Tov or Baal Shem Ra, the one that was doing kamea, that was doing magic amulets, and it was miracle worker, and after his student, the Baal Tanya, the Tanya Mea Baal, the Arur Hazaken. All these people have been put in excommunication by the Vilna Gaon by 3 times in 25 years. Not only the Gaon of Vilna, the Vilna Gaon was also one of the gdolei ador, one of the biggest mind in Torah and in Yirat Hashem of the generation, and maybe for the last 200 years. He also was Baki, he knew all the Torah, and also he was fighting the erev Rav, fighting the chassidut as much as he could. That was his fight, and he was right, and we see it. And now the problem is these people represent the Jewish people. They are the leaders, as the Zohar says in Parashat Bereshit, Daf Kaf Hey, that they are the leaders. 5 categories of erev Rav, 5 categories of disgusting souls of erev Rav. It comes even from the time of the Ari HaKadosh explained, from the time of the Mabul, from the time of the Noach, of the flood. It's very ancient and disgusting and horrible evil soul, and now they are into Jewish bodies, and they represent the Jewish people. In what drama are we? That's why I'm telling you, these emissaries, there's people that call themselves rabbis, and no more rabbis than the Pope himself. It's all fake. This is not Torah. And whoever thinks he had just made a mitzvah by putting on the tefillin in the street in 2 minutes with an idiot that makes him a bracha levatala, and also tell him that the Rebbe is the Mashiach, and all these heretics things and sentences, not only the person didn't do a mitzvah, but he did an avera, he did a sin, and he will be punished for this. And that's not me saying it, it's all in the books of Kabbalah. He will be punished for this, because first of all, sur merave aseto, first you stop doing all your evil ways. You do tshuva, you do take Shabbat, you stop your all the relationships that are not authorized by the Torah, all the intimate relationships that are not authorized. You learn Torah, you stop your evil ways, you stop and you say sorry and I want to change and I do tshuva, and now you start to learn. And after you learned, now you start to practice. But who said that it's okay to put on tefillin 1 minute in the street? Who said that it's even what Hashem wants? Malechar rasha lesaper chukai, says in the Tehillim. And it's discussed in the Zohar so many times that Hashem doesn't want the Torah, the mitzvot, and the tefillin of the reshayims. Hashem doesn't want you. You're filthy. You're disgusting. And yes, the Rebbe loves every Jew. Yeah, but Hashem no. Yeah, Hashem no. Why the Rebbe loved every Jew? Because the Rebbe was the Gilgul, he was the reincarnation of the Satan, and the Satan loves every soul, every Jewish soul that he will be able to trap after in the Geinam, in hell. That's why he loves them so much. Because the Lubavitcher Rebbe was probably the Gilgul, the reincarnation of JC and Esav, and we know who, the Satan himself. But Hashem doesn't love all the Jews, no. He loves the Jews that follow his commandments. If you don't follow the commandments of the Torah because you think you're smarter, or because you think that you can pick and choose, or you think because it doesn't apply in our generation, then you're a fool and idiot, and Hashem doesn't want you. And it doesn't need your tefillin. At tefillin, we don't put them in a minute. Tefillin takes hours, at least 40, 50 an hour before preparation. And after you have the tefillah, that takes a lot of time. At least an hour and a half. An hour 20, let's say. Not 20 minutes. And then after you keep your tefillin on to learn Torah. Yeah, but I have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, great. That's what Hashem wants. The Torah, it's balayla, it's night and day. Yes. So I have to go to sleep earlier? Yes. And I have to wake up after chassot, at the Jewish midnight, kind of. And I have to learn. And I have to do tikkun chassot. And I have to behave like a Jew. Does Hashem want your tefillin that you put in a minute in the street with all your filth, without doing brachot, without doing the netilat yadayim, without the stopping your evil ways? No, he doesn't want it. He hates it. Doesn't want that. He hates that. So what do you think you are? And every guy that calls himself a Chabad emissary, a Chabad shaliach, is in fact a Christian emissary, a Christian missionary. And if he put the tefillin to 50 people this morning, it's 50 people that will be punished, and it's 50 sins, and it's 50 times that he gave a lot of power, and he transferred the power to the forces of evil. So you have people suffering from anti-Semitism, if you have people being chas v'shalom, they are in accidents, people that are punished, they are sick, it's because, not only, but it's because of all those wrong mitzvot. Hashem doesn't want this mitzvot. That's not mitzvot. This is a mockery. This is a mockery against Hashem and His Torah. That's not what Hashem wants for you. It doesn't want this. And these people are the biggest salesmen for the Satan. That's why their places are called the synagogue of Satan. That's the synagogue of Satan. This is Chabad and also Breslev. Talk about them in a minute. Let's go back to the article now. There's so many. I could spend my days. I'm infuriated. Spend my days talking about all these reshayims. So how come these people that it's so much good? Now it's on fire, because punishment for Avoda Zara, for idolatry, is burning, is fire, it's refa. So understand that. That's why Hashem keeps on burning these places. And I'm not making any threat, I'm not threatening anybody, but Hashem will burn down all these places, Be'ezrat Hashem, if they don't do tshuva. So Tehillim is still urgently needed for, I'm not saying Tehillim for Reshayim, I'm sorry. I'm not saying Tehillim for them. No. Because why? Guess what? Who are the neshama? Who come from the soul of these people? Probably the parents were told that when they go together in intimacy, they have to envision something holy at the climax. And the Rebbe was holy. So you have to think about the Rebbe when you go with your wife. And that's called Bnei Temurah. This is how you bring neshamot from the klipa, from the evil, from the forces of impurity. So this soul in this body that's called Shmuel and Hillel, and they're probably not even Jewish soul. It's not possible. Because these people think they know better than us. And they don't. They say Tanya is Kabbalah. Tanya is no, it's not Kabbalah. It's the stairwell. It's the stairs to go down to the klipa, to the forces of impurity, and then you cannot go out from there. That's it. Because this guy, this Lubavitcher Rebbe, was smart. And he knew how to buy all the Jews that were coming to see him to get $1 every Sunday. Sometimes it was up to 2,000 people on a Sunday. So we're talking $2,000, maybe 30 years ago, 35 years ago, which is a lot of money. Probably, or today, probably 3-4 times the price, I would say. So probably now it would be about $10,000 every week. So how much money this guy would spend for what? To give $1 for what? To give $1 for what? Who knows? Oh, was for the mitzvah of tzedakah, so people can give tzedakah, charity. Where was the charity box? Because it was not for this. Because he bought them back. He bought the people like servants, like eved ivri, like Jewish servants, and in front of edim, in front of witnesses, and with shtar and kesef. That's what it says in Parashat Mishpatim also, in Salachot. So meaning when someone accepts like this a bill, or a shtar, a contract, that is also the name of a bill, it's called also a shtar. That's it. And the Satan bought so many Jews, so many souls. And you see how crazy they are. They are completely into Avoda Zara. They run for Avoda Zara. And when you ask them, why you put on tefillin to people? Because the Rebbe said it. What about Hashem? No. The Rebbe said it. It's all about the Rebbe. It's nothing about Hashem. It's all about the Rebbe. This is Avoda Zara. There's also a book from Breslev. There's so many things. Breslev is the same. It's just a different taste. One is Pepsi Cola. The other one is Coca-Cola. It's all the same. It's all the same disgusting and filthy product. Breslev is the same. They need also to worship a tzaddik. So they go and they can put their life in danger. They don't care. They could travel for 5 days, in the snow without knowing where they're going to sleep. They go because the Avoda Zara, the idolatry calls them, and they have to go there. So understand that all the chassidut is Avoda Zara. It has nothing to do with Torah. It's a mix. It's a very, very dangerous and smart mix. It's not Torah. Whoever does that has a din, is a sin in Shamaim, in heaven, like an apikoros, like an heretic, and that it's put on the side. He's on the side of Am Yisrael. He's not into Jewish people, all of them. So so it says over there in the Zohar, Parashat Kitisa, that to do the egel, to the golden calf, lo chasu al mamonam, they didn't save the money. They have to spend a lot of money, and you see how much Chabad, how much money they have. First of all, the money they get is from dirty pockets, very dirty pockets. It's non-kosher money, which is asur. And also how they spend it without any limit, because they want to convert to the new Christian Jewish movement, to the Brit HaChadasha Ashniya, to the second New Testament, and in the role of JC, you have the Rebbe of Lubavitch, or the role in the character of JC. Now you have Nachman of Breslev, or the local Admur. Okay, this is exactly the same. Just people don't understand it. It's the same script. It has been just changed a little bit. It's the same thing. So the Satan is getting us the same way. So from the top of the branch that was put in excommunication from the Baal Shem Ra to the Arur Azaken. It's called Tanya Mi'Abal. All the Chassidim, one after the other, they're all excommunicated. This is all from the Satan. Whoever doesn't understand it is a bour and hamaretz. I don't care if he has a frak. I don't have if he has a beard. I don't have if he has a hat. I don't have if he's a rosh kolel. I don't have if he knows all the Mishnah Brura and the Shulchan Aruch and the Tur. And I don't care. He's a bour and hamaretz. He has the mental level of a 9 years old. Either he doesn't know Chabad and stuff, or he's completely blind. Or it's because that they just don't. There's a halal in their study. They don't learn Kabbalah. They don't learn Zohar. So that's why they get abused and played with so easily. So yes, I'm very tough because this is the reality. Because we see these reshayims being the leaders of Am Yisrael, Chabad and Breslev and stuff. I can talk about it for hours. It's endless. And I'm just going to give you a few information and I'll stop because I want to throw up. It's disgusting. Mamash, it's disgusting in which situation we are. So they always worship someone. They worship a tzaddik, they worship a rebbe, they worship an admur. That is Adonenu, Morenu Verabenu, Adonenu, our master. Again, master, they put themselves into a servant. So they need a master. Like it was the case for the erev Rav during the Egel. That's always been the problem of the Jews for all the history. Since Moshe Rabbeinu took them from Egypt, they've been the poison, they've been the viral thing inside of the Jewish people, the parasite, and they created so many problems, more than all the nations together. All the suffering comes from them. We learn from their bad habits, say the Zohar. We follow them, we put them as leader. Catastrophe. It's time to wake up because nobody says anything. There's no gdolei ador, there's no talmidei chachamim in our generation. No. Or I don't see them. I don't know who they are. But what I see is lies, deceit, and people with no daat. They don't have any knowledge of Torah. They have chokhmah, they have bina. Knowledge they don't have. Daat they don't have. Because to learn daat, to have daat, you need to have a lot of yirat shamayim. You need to cry by night. You need to learn by night. You need to learn all the Torah, all the levels, including Zohar and Kabbalah and Kavanot. So we have soldiers that go to we have a zera against the avrechim and the avrechim and the bachuri yeshivot, the young Torah learner that go to the army. What's the solution? Nothing. There's one that's called now one of the biggest of the new gadolador, the new guy, big guy. So someone comes and see him and he says, I have problems of shalom bayit. What do I do? So he say, wash the dishes. Because it's a segula from the Lubavitcher Rebbe in Marshemo. So this is how we do. Now, he can go to any guy in the street, in a bar, and ask, what should I do with my wife? I have problems. Oh, wash the dishes, help her at home. You'll see it's better. Yeah. And this guy is supposedly the new leader. Yeah, he knows even Zohar. Whoa, I'm impressed. Guy, shalom bayit means things that it's much more than just shalom between the wife and the husband. It's about purity. It's things that it's more, it's deeper than this. It's about the yesod and the malchut. It's about the zivugim. It's about bigger stuff. Meaning, the first thing to say is, what about purity? If your wife, are you keeping all the laws of tarat mishpacha? Do you have a dog at home? How's the purity in your home? Do you have a TV? Do you have this? There's no chance that a couple will really have what the Torah wants in terms of love and tranquility and respect between husband and wife if there's no purity in a Jewish couple. Shalom bayit means shalom means yesod, bayit means malchut. Whoever understands it, great. Who does not, trust me on this. It has nothing to do with how this will come indirectly, but it will come. If you are making yourself holy and your wife, she's holy also, she covers her head, not with a wig, like these prostitutes of Chabad that dress like prostitutes with their long wigs and their tight clothes and the perfume and the makeup, like the other one. What's his name? The metumtam, the Rasha that goes on TV and stuff. I just watch videos sometimes because I don't have TV, Baruch Hashem. But this guy that supposedly represents the Chabad and the Jews, and he fights against anti-Semitism, and he has a store, he's partnered in a sex toy store, whatever, with his daughter. How disgusting, even the non-Jews see how disgusting it is. And this is the people that represent us. And man is Friedman Arasha in Marshemo. And this guy also, I forgot his name, and better forget his name. Timchet Zecher Amalek Mitachat HaShamayim. So understand that the situation is terrible. that what I want to tell you is Chabad is not Torah. Chabad is not Judaism. Chabad is the Maaseh Satan. Same for Breslev. Same for all the Admurim and the Chassidut. Whoever follows these steps and start learning their books is done. Is cooked, is fried. You go down in the klipa, in the force of impurity, it's pretty much impossible to go out from it. It's too difficult. This is a trap. And this is not Jewish mysticism. This is Jewish klipa. This is the forces of impurity that try to trap the Jews from generation and generation. And just to finish, for example, if I take Uman is a place of impurity, guys. Big place of impurity. Also, and that's why people are ready to move earth and how do you say, earth and sky to be able to go there. Even few days of it's crazy because it's Avoda Zara. They call to go there. Whatever, even if they have to spend all the money, they will. Even if they put their life in risk, they will, because it's Avoda Zara, as it says the King Menashe explained. That you run, you cannot. It's too much. When you started, when you tasted it, it's too strong. That's why all these people are completely under kishuv. They are under the spell of Avoda Zara. It's Maaseh Satan. And unfortunately, nobody talks about it. Now, to finish maybe with this, is understand that what is it bodedut, all the stupid stuff that they say, oh, you have to go and talk to Hashem in the woods, and in the forest, and in the nature. It says in all the Sfarim, that in nature, especially outside of Israel, there is only forces of evil, lilin, ruchin, veshedim over there. You find demons, you find the evil spirit. God is not there. God is not there. It's reserved also the midbar, the places, the empty places when there's no living people. This is places for the forces of evil. So for sure, like the Baal Shem Tov and all the people that go and they think they pray to Hashem, they pray to the Satan over there. They don't pray to Hashem. And how come are so gdolei ador? They don't even understand this. It's so obvious. These places are places of evil. And our text says, and Chazal says, you want to find Hashem, go in Bet HaMidrash and in Bet Knesset. He says, even and especially outside of Israel, go in the synagogue and go the real synagogue and go in the places of learning Torah, of where people learn Torah all day and night, obviously, or hopefully. This is where you'll find Hashem, and I will answer to whoever calls me. Not in the forest, not in the desert, not in the nature, and especially not outside of Israel. Guys, it seems that I'm Jews. I should not say guys. Jews, sorry, fellow Jews. Most of the Jews are under spell. It's kishuf, and it's worse than Mitzrayim. It's worse than what happened in Egypt, because in Egypt, first of all, people knew that they were enslaved. Also, they had a date when it was going to happen, the exit. Also, they knew that someone will come with a special formula of words. But in our generation, we don't have no Moshe Rabbeinu. We don't have no Aaron HaKohen. We have no Miriam HaNeviah. We have nobody. That's what the prophecy says. We're going to be alone. There's nobody. And the so-called leaders of Am Yisrael mostly are reshayims of the Satan, of the erev Rav. So the only thing is, stay away from all this cult. Don't give them any dollar, any money. All the money that comes in this institution is dirty money coming from dirty people. It's asur to take the money. You see all the buildings they have, all the billions of dollars, and I'm not jealous, I don't care about the money at Olam Hazeh. All the money they have to build this big Bet Menachem and Bet Chabad and Bet Geinam, all comes from disgusting money, from disgusting people that don't follow Torah and mitzvot. And Hashem doesn't want their money. He does not want their money. And the money that goes out is without counting, because this is exactly what they did. All the gold they give the erev Rav to do the golden calf. And they gave it hand to hand, like the Rebbe in Mar Shemo. He was giving the dollar from hand to hand. So the kishuf, the sorcery, the witchcraft would work. So everybody that got this dollar is under witchcraft, meaning is now an eved ivri. And who is the master? The Samech Mem, the Satan himself, is the master of this Jew. So I'm saying, if you have any books from Chabad, Breslev, throw everything out, Arush, the Pinto, all these reshayims, take the books, put them in the trash. This is where they belong. This is not Torah Israel. This is not Torah. This is Gaftan, Reshayim. Take them, put them in the trash. And if you have tefillin from them or mezuzot, go find a real sofer, someone with irat shamayim, Sfaradi, Ashkenazi, have new tefillin, have real mezuzot and new and real tefillin. Everything else is a joke. Don't put tefillin in a second. This is not what Hashem wants. Is disgusting to Hashem, this attitude. Tefillin is very holy, does humongous things in heaven, and you think Hashem wants you to tefillin in 2 seconds? He doesn't want it. It's disgusting to him. And start now. If you're Ashkenazi, buy the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, even if over there he quotes wrong sources for reasons that I still don't understand. But start to learn halacha. If you're Sfaradi also, you go after the Kachaf HaChaim, you go after the Ben Ishchai, you learn halachot. My friends, the situation is dramatic. It's catastrophe. It's a big despair. I know at the end that there's no Geula Berachamim. It's not going to happen. Whoever thinks that Mashiach will pop up like this and everything is fine is an idiot. It's also not what the Zohar says. So if you don't leave all these fake movements of the Satan, and if you don't start to do real tshuva, meaning first of all you abandon your evil ways, then you learn how to change, and after you start doing mitzvot, sur mera ve'aseh tov. It's also how the Rambam pasak about this. This is how you have to do. And if we don't do that and start mamash changing our ways, it's gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna hurt a lot. And only the one, as kulam tzadikim yershu haaretz, only the tzadikim will inherit the olam haba, the world to come. That's called haaretz. Because before, all the reshayims will be destroyed. So if you follow Chabad, if you follow Breslev, if you follow all these reshayims, or if you don't just follow reform, if you're not religious, you are part of the reshayims. You are part of the disgusting people that Hashem doesn't want. So he will try to force all of us to do tshuva. Bezrat Hashem, a lot of us will do, and believe me, because the Ramak says so. One of the biggest Kabbalists that we had at the time of the Ari HaKadosh, and he says, in a commentary on the Zohar HaKadosh, and he says, we will not do tshuva. That's it. We'll go in the klipa, in the forces of impurity. And since Hashem, Bila Mavet Lanetzar, Hashem will destroy the forces of impurity, he will be destroyed with them. Even if it's painful for Hashem, that every spark of holiness is not saved, because Hashem will save every spark of holiness, even if it's in a bad Jew. But at the point, if people don't do tshuva, even the spark will be destroyed. And if you don't change your ways, you also will be destroyed. Being Jewish, it's a very difficult task and very serious. It takes your mind, your brain, your entire body. Pretty much every time, everything you do is according to something linked to the Torah, because the Torah is our rope to get out from this disgusting reality and go back to where we came from. But that's we'll talk about this maybe another day, Bezrat Hashem. So what I'm saying is, stop Chabad, stop Breslev, stop all this stuff. Go start to do tshuva and start to learn real Torah. Torah is not a sect. There's no sect in the Torah. It's not cult. It's not cult. Torah is not a cult. All right? So I'm sure people say this is sinat chinam, what you're saying. Sinat chinam. And I'm saying you're an idiot. An amar, it's a boor. You don't understand. You probably listen to Manis Friedman on the internet, and then you deduct that what is sinat chinam. I'm going to tell you what sinat chinam is. As the Rabbi Yonatan Eibishit says, sinat chinam happened, we know it from the second Bet HaMikdash, the second temple. When you see a Jew going the wrong path, and you don't tell him the truth, and you don't patronize him, and you don't make tochechot, you don't try to move him to the right direction, this is sinat chinam, because you're going to leave this neshama, you're going to let this soul goes down to the klipa, to the forces of impurity, and being punished in Geinam, plus the gilgulim, plus the kafakela. Centuries, it's not the same time over there. Centuries of suffering. This is sinat chinam. This is when you hate your fellow Jew, because you don't tell him anything. And he says, because of this, a lot of cults started, and everybody did whatever they wanted. And this is sinat chinam. It's exactly what happens now. And this is in the book, Yarot Devashim, the book of the Rabbi Yonatan Eibishitz. And Avat Chinam is when you go to see a Jew, I have nothing to win. The only thing I can get is maybe get hit on the face or slapped. But I'm going to tell you, my brother, you're doing wrong. This is wrong what you're doing. These people are not the Torah, and this is not Torah. This is fake. You're going to Geinam with a smile. You're going to the chambers, to the chamber, the gas of chambers, with a smile, with the orchestra playing. You're going right to the gas chambers without even knowing you're going there. So that's Ahavat Chinam. When you tell someone, even if everybody hates you in your community, in your synagogue, in your building, if everybody hates you, fine, I don't care. I'm telling the truth. Do you think that any of the prophets that were sent by Hashem, and I'm not a prophet, but every prophet that was sent to Hashem was loved? They all were hated. Some of them have been killed, to say the truth. But we have to say the truth. Chabad is not Torah. Breslev is not Torah. This is neo-Christianity. This is the New Testament 2.0. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.